Today on the channel, after a short time away, we're back with another G.I.Joe Classified series review. This time we're looking at Parth Wolf Spider Varma, part of Nightforce, on Way I Got It Figured.
The Way I Got It Figured.
What's up, figure fans? Way I Got It Figured back with another G.I.Joe Classified series review. This time we're looking at the Walmart exclusive Parth Wolf Spider Varma, number 109 in the series. I picked them up on Walmart.com in December. Here it is March, just now getting around to them. But we're catching up our classified series reviews here, and we're almost caught up, almost just in time for the next wave of things to come in the next month or so. So like I said, picked this guy up on Walmart.com a good while ago, and wanted to give the impressions, the normal impressions we do with all the G.I.Joe Classified series figures that we get, which isn't always all of them, but outside of Transformers, this is definitely my number one thing. So as usual, we're going to go over the packaging, look at the accessories, look at the figure, make some comparisons, and get you out of here with some final thoughts. Starting off as normal with the packaging. So we've got Wolf Spider jumping out of a helicopter. Another Black Hawk helicopter in the back, so we perhaps assume he's jumping out of a Black Hawk. Kind of looks like it. And you got that same temple that seems to be in the Tiger Force stuff. But who knows what's going on here. And he's the only Walmart exclusive that doesn't have any Energon showing on his package. So might be in the temple, might be around it, might not be any. Who knows? Then you got his portrait here. He's wearing a sort of a baklava type mask. His loadout, which is one of the most interesting things about the figure. A large portrait. The magical QR code may or may not ever work. Tail of the tape. He looks at he's 6.2 inches. Closer look at his loadout and the insets of his helmet and Wolf Spider patch. Then of course his statistics. Looks like he's got a 2 security, a 2 light weapons, 3 infiltration, 3 rescue. So I guess the most notable thing about this guy is that he's a completely new character who has not existed in G.I. Joe in any form prior to this figure release. So it's cool to get new characters. And I'll say the most notable thing, but it's pretty notable, right? He's a new character, 100%. Didn't exist before. So he was definitely something to get. They continue the sort of bringing everybody into the tent by making him a kind of diverse. I believe he's like an Indian character, and that's cool. I'm here for it. Bought the figure. you know, I like that that they're going outside of the, coloring outside the lines a little bit with this stuff. As for the figure himself, well, we got him geared up in quick review format. So he's got most of his accessories on, which I will discuss in turn, which are pretty simple, honestly. So he comes with, for the most part, well, he comes with actually for the full part, he comes with all of Falcon's accessories. So the shotgun comes from Falcon, the backpack, the radio antenna, and the knife are all right off the Falcon figure from last year. He's got some paint details on the backpack that Falcon did not have. The radio is yellow. Sorry for a second. But he does come with a newish holster. I don't remember anybody having 3 straps. He comes with a newish holster, but he comes with a really old sidearm, which is the quote unquote Nerf gun. And sidearms, it's cool that they have them and you can take them out, but they're really just decorations for the figures. The only thing that I would like Hasbro to do at some point, if they're going to keep using this, is to put a hole in it for blast effects. I mean, without the blast effects, then it really is relegated to just being a decoration. You're not going to use it for anything, you know. The Other than that, I believe these sort of belt straps are. I don't remember seeing them on anybody else. Um, and this vest is, it may have been around for a while, but this is the first figure it's been released on. Has the G.I.Joe kind of GoPro thing on it, so we're keeping that going. And then he's got his helmet, and I really think the helmet is the most interesting thing. So he has the chin strap here and the optical rig that can go, pretty much over his eyes. If you look at it from the side, it doesn't look that great, but from front on, yeah, it looks fine. It's cool. Now, for a discussion of the figure, of course, he's fully pinless on both sides, on the legs and the knees. And there's a good reason for that. And the reason is this figure, from top to bottom, other than the head, is scrap iron. So, it's not even just parts of scrap iron. It's all scrap iron. All of this is scrap iron, even the chest. So yeah, that is pretty cool. And he is, kind of dark drab with yellow. Just all the Nightforce guys, except maybe Shooter, have like a little bit of yellow in them, even if it's just bullets or something. But it's all within the kind of theme that we got going there. If they make like helicopter pilots or something, you probably can use this helmet again. Um, who knows? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I mean, it looked kind of like a helmet, like a helicopter pilot would wear, or somebody that's a helicopter crew member. And then, keeping with the Nightforce, they all have some sort of optical deal going on. You have that, but he does also, because I didn't really finish going over his accessories. He does also have a mask put over his face, and it also comes with an actual piece of rope, which we got many times back in the day with G.I. Joe, the Real American Hero. I didn't unfurl the rope or anything because I'm not really going to use it for anything. I don't think it's long enough to actually use it for anything, but it's nice to have it. Perhaps some of the more enterprising of us can figure out actual ways to use it. I'm probably not going to use it. So aside from just sort of the little bit drabness of his accessories, basically just Falcon's stuff that even in 1987 was somewhat drab, and the aforementioned Nerf gun. I think he's a really cool figure. I might even swap out his firearm for something else, or maybe not, but I could see doing it. Um, just to make him just a little bit more visually appealing to myself. He might be fine for others. But he's a good figure. He's already scrap iron, so he's already a great figure. I think it's a really cool, reuse if you don't examine G.I. Joe Classified series figures all the time like I do, then you might not even know where he came from. Um, as far as his like visual appeal, seems to me like they were kind of going for um, Beachhead version 2 vibe. So in 1993, Beachhead got version 2, and I don't think he's exactly Beachhead version 2, but he gives off that he has that same energy basically. So you can see the picture of Beachhead version 2 here, and make your own kind of assessment. But I really like this guy. I like the idea of it so much that I did a video on this, on him coming out before he even came out. So that should tell you something. Um, Having him in hand, yeah, he's really good. And at that point, I didn't even know he was scrap iron. I hadn't figured it out yet. But it's a very very good body to use, and apart from perhaps just the shotgun, he's fine. You know. So we'll move on to some comparisons real quick, and then we'll move on to final thoughts. So obviously, first thing we're going to want to do is team him up with his Nightforce compatriots. And we'll kick it off with Shooter. Tunnel Rat. And of course, Big Ben. I really do like the drab kind of darkened color scheme. In The Real American Hero was definitely a lot more stark than what they've done with this version of Nightforce. But it works out pretty good. One thing you definitely don't want to do is keep your Joes, even if they're in a box, you don't want to keep them on a radiator, as I was doing for a few days. So they seem to be a little soft. Gotta wait for them to cool back off. But that'll do it for that. We'll move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on G.I. Joe Classified Series number 109, Parth Wolf Spider Varma. I think he's a great figure. Again, based on, sort of skeleton, I guess if you want to call it. He's already, kind of going to be a blue chipper. Scrap Iron is one of the best figures that they've done, in my opinion. Just, from a strictly action figure point of view. And And so, yeah, that's pretty much what he is. Scrap iron with some different stuff. So, you know, what can I say bad about him? Nothing. Just perhaps slightly boring weapons. It's the worst I can say. I'm going to give this figure a 9. You know, I can't give him a 10 because he is a reuse. Even though everything's pretty much going to be reused now. So even if I take away the fact that I'm not going to count being a reuse against them, I'm still going to give him a 9 just because they gave him weapons that I'd rather he got something else. So there you go. Either way, he's a 9. All right, cool. That's going to do it for this one. I know this is the first video I'll be putting up for March. But we did some reorganization in the house, and I was under the weather last week, so sometimes you gotta take some time. You know, and of course this is a hobby, it's not a job, so you know, it's no big deal. But the content is, you know, it's still coming. More stuff to go here. All right, that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching, and if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe to the video. Got more G.I. Joe Classified series content coming very soon. Till next time, everybody stay safe. See you on the next video. Peace.
The way I got it figured.